conversation.
So, here's the thing. Here's the deal. Ever since that debate where I was just like, God damn, someone needs to actually step up and defend Bitcoin properly, I have been planning, mentally preparing, and fantasizing about one day actually debating Richard myself.
Clip that. Clip it.
So
put that shit on Twitter now. Don't even worry.
I don't plan to win. Of course not. But I plan to create a more difficult debate/interview than anyone has previously. And my shit is hard, man. I'm coming out swinging if I do this.
Oh yeah,
it is not going to be easy, and that's why I don't want to drop on you guys my best material. However, I'm going to give you guys a little taste of my like C grade material. This shit's not even my top category. This is like my C grade shit.
Can't wait.
Okay? Stand up. Let me see how hard it is.
Can't wait to hear this.
Let's do this.
One of the big things.
Call me Chris Rock.
One of the big things.
All right, guys. I know that.
So
I want to hear
one of the things that does come up quite often, one of the things that you hear Hexicans say, and even Richard himself, is, I was rich before Hex. I did not need the money. Correct? You guys have heard Richard say this. You've heard Hexicans repeat this. Richard didn't need the money.
He's doing it. Bitcoin too.
He's doing it for the love. He's doing it for the passion. He's doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, if you observe his like flashiness, and even if you just run the numbers, his wealth has increased certainly by an order of magnitude or two, right? And we're talking like log scale here. And so, because you know how he says, I've been retired since time X, like so am I, so is heaps of people, but I'm not like a multi-billionaire, like, well, you know, so that argument of I was already rich doesn't necessarily mean that people don't want to get more rich. Now, like, I don't have proof that this is the case, but I'm just debunking one of these one of these ammo narratives that Hexicans fire out and that Richard himself fires out, that if you assume based on the wealth that he is demonstrating that he is order of magnitude, a minimum an order of magnitude wealthier, then you could argue that there was a financial incentive, because who doesn't want to be an order of magnitude wealthier, right? Like if you can buy a private jet, if you're an order of magnitude wealthier, you can start buying countries and shit. Like there's no limit to how rich people theoretically would want to be, right? So that's a little taste of like my C grade material on how I would approach this debate. I know it's not related to Bitcoin.
Wales, debunk.
Well, it's simple. He still has money from Bitcoin days, so he's incentivized to want Bitcoin to go up anyway. So it's not just about Hex, right? He also owns Ethereum. So it's not just about Hex, right? I mean, I think it's important for people to realize that a lot of his, and by his, I mean Richard's angle is, you know, the problem with Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's not anybody else. You know, if Bitcoin cannot improve, then Bitcoin will fail. And it's on track, because here is this thing called Hex. It exists to replace Bitcoin, and it's way ahead of that.
But there is an assumption here. So this is another one that's part of the same narrative, right? Like Richard, quote, I mine 50 BTC blocks. So like A, I haven't seen proof of that. B, even if he did, I'm just being highly adversarial, and this is how hardcore I would be going if I ever did interview him.
But I would not advise you take that route, and I'll tell you why when you're done.
I'm gonna get crushed. I'm gonna get my life ruined. Get my digital life ruined. Here's the thing, though.
He was there.
But also it assumes that he held on to those Bitcoin, didn't sell them, didn't lose the keys, etc. Like, and I know that. So there are assumptions baked into these narratives that are not necessarily. So there is a plausible path. Like there's a plausible narrative,
right?
That involves some of the things that have been leveled at him, saying like, "Oh, you got wrecked, or you lost your keys, or you didn't think, or you didn't even mine them in the first place at all, or your wealth was derived from a different means." It doesn't matter. It's just that my overarching point here is if someone said, regardless of how wealthy you are, you have this opportunity to launch a project or projects and get really, really rich, even if it was within the same order of magnitude, who would say no to that? Like, so when you're looking at financial incentives, the incentive structure still was there for him to launch projects.
Sure, nobody's denying that, but I mean, so what? My reply to that is, so what? He still created it. It still functions as is, right? And even if he disappears, doesn't change anything. And in fact, if he disappears, it probably will help the ecosystem thrive because nobody can attack Hex from that angle anymore. Now what? It's sad but true because people latch onto that bullshit as an excuse, even though it's not valid. So I don't know. Like, I feel like you can always have a tit for tat, you know, and it's hard to kind of find a middle ground in this cryptocurrency debate. And this is why my angle is like, look, we can all like whatever crypto we like, but we have to come to terms with what crypto is supposed to be. And that's what people don't want to do because they want centralized exchanges. They want all this bullshit that is the problem. It's not the solution. And that's the issue that we actually have in this promise coin space. Because
I don't think they want it. I just don't think they know any better.
Well, it could be a little bit of both. And that's the thing. We can't even have the conversation, though. And that's the problem. Because the conversation is, oh, this coin is better than that one. Who gives a fuck, bro? You can't like what I like, and I can't like what you like. And that's just the end of the debate.